Hello, my friends. This is Lady Travel Solo. If this is your first time here, to find out about travel insights, travel information, and travel news, start now by subscribing and clicking on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Life Buzz Daily. This is Lady Travel Solo. And let's continue on to part 2 of this video about Russia and the pandemic. What is the probability of China secretly developing biological weapons in the guise of vaccine development? Otherwise, why would China have all that secrecy, massive cleanups, and sterilization going on inside Wuhan? Why did China disallow the CDC and other scientists from entering Wuhan and examining the P4 lab in Wuhan for evidence on the origin of the Wuhan virus? So I'm going to use Wuhan virus and coronavirus or COVID-19 interchangeably because COVID-19 is a more scientific term by the WHO, the World Health Organization, whereas when you want to talk about the origin of this virus that's causing this pandemic now, it's the Wuhan virus. So this is a serious crime to humanity, and China is obviously the potential culprit as the coronavirus, like I said, came from Wuhan. China continues to deal in secrecy and massive cleanups and sterilization to rid itself of the evidence before investigations into the P4 lab in Wuhan could take place. China bans Western scientists from going into Wuhan and to the P4 lab to launch investigations. China also bans American journalists from China. So journalists from New York Times, LA Times, Washington Post, etc. are now not allowed to report in China and Hong Kong anymore. Have you asked yourself why? Why are these journalists being kicked out of China and Hong Kong? What is China trying to hide? Do you think China is trying to hide the truth about its death toll or the numbers of confirmed cases of the virus in China and the actual state of affairs in the country? How do we know if the Wuhan virus is still lingering in the population, waiting to explode again in a second wave of pandemic? China is a country of 1.4 billion people. And you believe China's numbers of confirmed cases, which they say is 0 now, and the number of deaths, while Italy, with a smaller population and better health system, is still dealing with the pandemic. You truly believe that there are no more cases of the Wuhan virus in China, with a much, much larger population, and where the virus actually originated, that they clearly eliminated this virus in their country. What about also trying to keep secret of actually what's going on in the P4 lab? So ask yourself all these questions before truly trusting the numbers reported by China and China's real role in this whole pandemic. Even though Russia is the second country to close its border in January, right after North Korea closed theirs, the coronavirus could still get into Russia via the European borders. Russia, with its 146 million people, shares a vast border with China and Europe. As of April the 5th, 2020, the Wuhan virus has affected 183 countries around the world. Russia has over 5,000 confirmed cases, 45 deaths, and over 300 people recovered. I don't think Russia has seen its worst yet in terms of the pandemic.